of news, views, comments, analysis about Liberia, Africa, and elsewhere. My name is Henson Decker, presenting in airlines ruling CDC Vice Presidential candidate Joe Howard Taylor calls on citizens of Bond County to emulate the Southeastern region support for President George Weah re-election, reveals that it is imperative for residents to express their gratitude in a positive manner. Margibi County Senator-elect Nathaniel McGee threatens action against public officials for allegedly ill-treating citizens of the county, says President George Weah is currently dissatisfied about the performance of some government officials in the county. Ahead of NDC's official pronouncement of results from the October 10 polls, named a county district for incumbent Representative Gombo Kagons, thus Gombo Kagon calls for recount in the entire district, describes the preliminary results that placed MD Ara Kennedy in the lead with 5 votes as unrealistic. And in foreign news, Nigeria's Supreme Court has begun hearing the opposition's challenge to the February 2023 presidential election results, the BBC says. The details of these developments, news bulletin, the voices of the newsmakers, are part of today's edition of the news program. We'll take a break to rejoin. Up next is Olivia Baum with the news bulletin. Good evening.
Good evening, Henson, and good evening to all. Vice President Joel Howard Taylor has called on the people of one county to emulate the southeastern region's significant support for President George Weah during the first round of the presidential elective elections in the country. Madam Howard Taylor emphasized that Bond County currently holds the esteemed position of vice president, and as such, it is imperative for the residents to express their gratitude through the percentage of votes they allocate to the Weah Taylor's ticket. Speaking during an interview following the conclusion of the October 10 presidential elections, the vice president underscored the potential benefits that one county can reap with one of their own holding the second highest office in the nation. However, Madam Howard Taylor also expressed a concern, lamenting that as vice president, she must serve as a maternal figure to the entire nation, ensuring that citizens from all corners of the country can avail themselves of the benefits of her personal initiatives. Margibi County Senator-elect Nathaniel McGill has vowed to take action against public officials who are allegedly ill-treating the citizens of that county. Senator-elect McGill from the just ended general elections was on August 2022 sanctioned, along with 3 other government officials, by the United States Treasury Department for their alleged involvement in public corruption in Liberia. Following the imposed sanctions by the United States amid mounting pressure on the coalition for democratic change regime, President Weah indefinitely suspended the trio until they individually tendered their resignations. Speaking recently during the recent appearance on Radio Margibi in Kakata, Margibi County, Senator-elect McGill expressed his concern over numerous complaints he has received from residents in the county. According to him, most of the citizens' grievances are centered on appointees of the CDC's government headed by President George Weah. Nathaniel McGill emphasized that the people of Margibi County deserve better, and as such, they should not be treated like slaves by public officials who are privileged to serve them. Meanwhile, the Margibi County Senator-elect Nathaniel McGill has revealed that President George Weah is dissatisfied with the performance of certain government officials in the county, although specific categories and segments of officials were not mentioned. The senator-elect stressed that these concerns would compel the president to take additional measures. He has, however, contrary to reports, vowed to work with Senator Emmanuel Nukwe to ensure that President Tuya receives the necessary support to secure victory in the upcoming runoff elections. Ahead of the official pronouncement of results for the just ended rerun at the Bio Longtuo precinct in Neighbor County District Number 4, the office of the incumbent lawmaker is calling for recount in the entire district. Recently, the National Elections Commission declared a rerun at the Bio Longtuo precinct after some unknown individuals took away two ballot boxes during the October 10 presidential and legislative elections. Preliminary results from the election, which was held on last Friday, placed Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction candidate Ernest Menseh in the lead by 5 votes ahead of incumbent Representative Gombu Kagon. Our correspondent quoted the office of Representative Kagon as calling for recount due to vote difference, which the lawmaker's office believes a recount in the district could change the results in favor of Representative Kagon. In another development, a Neighbor County District Number 2 representative-elect Jan Flomo Senior has a broken silence over his death news in the county. According to our Neighbor County correspondent, the death news of a Neighbor County District Number 2 representative-elect broke out in the county, sparking fear in residents of the district. Our correspondent quoted the representative-elect as saying he is well and currently in Montserrado County attending to national function. Presidential candidate Sheikh Kuyate has accepted the results announced by the National Elections Commission for the October 10, 2023 general elections. Kuyate made the announcement on the Monday's edition of the True Breakfast Show. He thanked supporters, international partners, civil society groups, and the NEC for the conduct of what he referred to as peaceful elections. The Liberia First Movement Standard Bearer congratulated Ambassador Joseph Boaga of the Unity Party and incumbent President George Weah for qualifying for the rerun. That's for the runoff that is yet to be officially announced by the NEC. Sheikh Kuyate has meanwhile appreciated Liberians for their participation in the election process. The local government in Bonn County, in collaboration with international partners, has taken a significant stride towards eradicating the practice of female genital mutilation within female traditional schools. Esther Walker, Bonn County Superintendent, disclosed that as part of this initiative, the local authority and partners have identified a piece of land to establish a heritage center. This center will be dedicated to training women who will actively discourage and replace the FGM practices with alternative approaches. She further explained that women who have traditionally overseen these schools will receive microfinancing support to embark on small businesses, providing them with viable alternatives to their previous rules. The lead presenter of Truth FM flagship program, State of the Nation, Christopher Salih, has been honored alongside several prominent individuals in the country. Salih was honored by the Rapture Baptist Church Youth Department for what they called his contributions to the society. Speaking Monday when he presented the certificate to Salih, the youth director of Rapture Baptist Church, Sam Dixon, noted that Salih was selected along with some individuals for his dedicated services in the field of journalism over the years. Some individuals honored by the church include Christopher Selly, former presidential press secretary, Abel Blackie, Patrick Honad, among others. Receiving this certificate, the veteran Liberian journalist appreciated the church, especially the youth department, for the recognition. Said he promised to live up to the ethical practice of his profession of journalism aimed at serving the public. The 78th United Nations Day celebration in Monrovia on this Tuesday, October 24 of this year, is poised to focus on showcasing the progress made towards the Sustainable Development Goals in Liberia. The day is celebrated on October 24 every year to mark the official establishment of the organization in 1945. This year's celebration is under the theme Rebuilding Trust and Reenacting Solidarity, accelerating action on the 2030 Agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals in Liberia towards peace, prosperity, progress, and sustainability for all. According to the UN office in Liberia, the event will feature an official ceremony with high-level decision makers, the international community partners, and community members. The press statement added that there will also be an exhibition event by UN agencies and partners at respective booths with SDGs theme, where they will highlight their key interventions and results achieved with the support of the particular UN agency that supports national development through SDGs theme stalls. After failing to seek re-election in the just ended presidential and legislative elections, Senator Jim Tonola of Margibi County has given reason for not taking part in the process. Speaking over the weekend, Senator Tonola said his withdrawal from the political process was a plan he envisioned to produce positive results in the education sector of the county. The pronouncement by the outgoing Margibi County Senator was contained in a special statement that he made during the graduation ceremony of his school held at the weekend in Lower Margibi County. According to him, he decided not to campaign for re-election in order to strategize and develop an implementable framework to put his school on par with other higher learning institutions in the country. Bon County District Number 7 representative elect for the Fambule has reaffirmed his commitment to adequately represent residents of district that's of the district at the legislature. The commitments statement of the Bon County District Number 7 representative elect comes following the pronouncement by the National Elections Commission declaring him as the winner of the October 10, 2023 polls. Fambule was defeated during the 2017 elections by the incumbent representative Joseph Papakole's election is attributed to his consistency to serve his people. Speaking to scores of residents who gathered in their numbers in jubilant mood, according to our reporter, told the electorate that he will ensure that every sector of the district is imparted within his 6 years leadership. He disclosed that reconciliation remains his top priority on his agenda, disclosing that such process will serve as a driving force for the development of the district. The Bon County District Number 7 representative elect has meanwhile named health, education, roads connectivity, jobs creation as his main focus point during his 6 years leadership. Away from Liberia, Nigeria Supreme Court has begun hearing the opposition's challenge to the February 2023 presidential election results. The poll was won by Bola Tinubu, but his main opponents, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi, won the country's highest court to overturn the judgment of the election petition court, which upheld Mr. Tinubu's victory. The liquor challenge threatens to heighten tensions and continue the polarization of the country along political party lines. It may take a few weeks before the 7 judges of the Supreme Court panel make a ruling on the matter. If it upholds the decision of the lower court, that will be following a pattern seen in previous elections in Africa's most populous nation, where the presidential election result has never been overturned. Nonetheless, Abubakar has said he would be presenting new evidence to the court relating to the debate over whether the president had presented a fake educational certificate to the Electoral Commission as proof of his eligibility. But Mr. Tinubu is opposing the presentation of new evidence. Where he says that's the news bulletin. Finally had this.
To leave a bound for the news bulletin, the foreign development. The news bulletin, it is a regular feature on the news program. If you're just joining us in one of the top developments we are following ahead of NEC's official pronouncement of results from the October 10 polls, Lima County District 4 Representative Gompo Kagan calls for recount in the entire district. Describes the preliminary results that placed MDR Kennedy in the lead with 5 votes as unrealistic. Let's bring you the voices of the news speakers. Vice President Joe Howatilla has called on the people of Bond County to emanate the Southeastern region's significant support for President George Weah during the first round of the presidential and legislative elections in the country. Madam Howatilla emphasized that Bond County currently holds the esteemed position of Vice President. As such, it is imperative for the residents to express their gratitude through the percentage of votes they allocated to the Howatilla's ticket. The voice of Vice President Joe Howard till the accordion the citizens of Bone County. Ahead of the official pronouncement of results from the just ended rerun at the Build Loan Tour precinct in Nema County, District 4, the office of the incumbent lawmaker is calling for recount in the entire district. Recently, the National Elections Commission declared rerun at the Build Loan Tour precinct after some unknown individuals took away two ballot boxes during the October 10 presidential and legislative elections. Preliminary results from the election, which was held last Friday, placed Movement for Democracy and Reconstruction candidate Ernest Mann in the lead by 5 votes ahead of incumbent Representative Kumbukagan. Our correspondent is Jan Flomo with the details. Nema County correspondent Jan Flomo. In another development, Nema County District 2 Representative-elect Jan Flomo Sr. has broken silence over his death news in the county. According to our Nema County correspondent, the death news of Nema District 2 Representative-elect broke out in the county, sparking fear in residents of the district. Yeah, Flomo is our name, a county correspondent. Presidential candidate Sheikh Kouyaté has accepted the results announced by the National Elections Commission for the October 10, 2023 general elections. Kouyaté made the announcement on the Monday edition of the Truth Breakfast Show. Presidential candidate Sheikh Kouyaté accepting the results announced by the National Elections Commission. Bone County District 7 Representative-elect for the family has reaffirmed his commitment to the people of the county as their record his contributions to the society. Speaking mandate when he was presented the certificate, the director of Rapture Baptist Church St. Dixon noted that Lee was selected along with some individuals for his dedicated services in the field of journalism over the years. Same, 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 same. Well, we sincerely apologize. The local government in Bond County, in collaboration with international partners, has taken a significant stride towards eradicating the practice of genital mutilation within female traditional schools. As the Walker Bond County Superintendent disclosed that as part of this initiative, the local authority and partners have identified a piece of land to establish a heritage center. As the Walker is Bond County Superintendent. For folks, if you are just joining us, we're 30 minutes into the news. These are top stories we are following under this edition of News Desk. Ruling CDC Vice Presidential candidate Joa Howard Taylor calls on citizens of Bond County to emanate the Southeastern region support for President via re-election reveals that it is imperative for residents to express their gratitude through the percentage of votes. Makibi County Senator-elect Nathaniel McGill threatens action against public officials for allegedly ill-treating citizens of that county, says President George Weah is currently dissatisfied about the performances of some officials of government. Ahead of NEC's official announcement of results from the Ottawa 10 polls, Nema County District who incumbent Representative Gombo Kagon calls for recount in the entire district, describes the preliminary results that placed MDR Kennedy in the lead with 5 votes as unrealistic. And in foreign news, Nigeria's Supreme Court has begun hearing the opposition's challenge to the February 2023 presidential elections results, the BBC says. Let's bring you more developments on the news program. After failing to seek re-election in the just-ended presidential and legislative elections, Senator Jim Tonala of Maikivi County has given reason for not taking part in the election. Speaking over the weekend, Senator Tonala said his withdrawal from the political process was a plan he envisioned to produce positive results in the education sector of the county. Maikivi County, Senator Jim Tonala speaking. Back to this development, the lead presenter of 2FM flagship program, State of the Nation, Christopher Lee, has been honored alongside several prominent individuals in the country. Lee was honored by the Rapture Baptist Church Youth Department for what he called his contributions for society. Speaking Monday when he was presented the certificate, the youth director of Rapture Baptist Church in Dixon noted that Lee was selected along with some individuals for his dedicated services in the field of journalism over the years.
Of the church. The youth department of the church decided to honor the certificates of some of the members and also some people who have contributed to the society. And the department decided that based on the work of Uncle Chris, we are all forced, sometimes called him Mr. Christopher Lee. We decided that because the people get a saying that once a man's alive, it's time to give his flower. Not when he's dead, we decided to give him one of praises unto him. So for that, the department saw it necessary because of his work, the motivations to the young people, to the nation, and also to the media community. So that's why we decided to honor him a certificate yesterday. The program I held yesterday was fine, and we also appreciate because he was a live person or saying his voice there to cover the program, which of course my pastor Jim Maxim Britain also appreciated the work that he did. This has to be careful with so many people some of those permanent person that we called on was people from the media that of Mr. Patrick Hammond. We also call him to honor him. We have Ida Placky, who was there present yesterday, and we also have Alfred Dennis Topa, who was the chief of office staff of the Honorable Colonel Jimmy Smith.
Receiving the certificate, the veteran librarian journalist appreciated the church, especially the youth department, for the recognition. So he promised to live up to the ethical practice of his profession of journalism aimed at serving the public.
Sometimes you don't know people are watching you when you are providing these public services to the nation. I got caught up by Mr. Dixon that was one of those to be certificated. And in fact, I called on the pastor early yesterday morning, Maxim Britain, a good friend of mine, I would have come. As a matter of fact, every weekend, including Sunday, I'm on the farm. But I decided to come on Sunday night prepare for Monday morning to attend, but then unforeseen circumstances held me back. I just discussed it to him over air. I'm delighted. I'm grateful for the honor, and I think they got their own reason as listed for honoring me. And I can only say I will live up to their expectation. I will never turn my back on the right thing to do, especially whenever the microphones are open before me. I guess it is because of these microphones they've heard us preach non-violent messages to the young people and patriotic messages to our common patrimony. I believe these are some of the things that have listed as as people to be certificated. So we're grateful and we would like to renew our commitment to our fans, the religious community, that we will never let them down. We will do what is right. And as we always said, state of the nation will never be used like others have done to throw insults at the elderly, the statesman, stateswoman, and bring down law and order. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all of us are born equal and deserve best.
The voice of Truth FM flasher presenter Christopher Soliday speaking upon receiving a certificate of honor from the Rapture Baptist Church. Elliot was the voice of the youth director, Sam Dixon. And well, folks, that's all the time we have to be with you on today's edition of the news program, News Desk. But as we take leave of you, these are the top stories we have been following. Ruling CDC Vice Presidential candidate Joel Howard Taylor calls on citizens of Bond County to emanate the Southeastern region support for President George Weah re-election. Those that it is imperative for residents to express their gratitude through the percentage of votes in the pending runoff. Maggie County Senator-elect Nathaniel McGill threatens action against public officials for allegedly ill-treating citizens of the county. Says President George Weah is currently dissatisfied about the performances of some government officials. Ahead of NDC's official pronouncement of results from the Ottawa 10 Post, Nema County District 4 incumbent Representative Kombu Kagan calls for recount in the entire district, describes the preliminary results that placed MDR candidate in the lead with 5 votes as unrealistic. And in foreign news, Nigeria's Supreme Court has begun hearing the opposition challenge to the February 2023 presidential election result, the BBC says. Thanks to our correspondents, writers, reporters, editors, and those who help making today's edition of News Desk a success. Olivia Bound read for us the news bulletin and the foreign development. Mayan Tobian played a role himself. He started control and ably coordinated the news program at the center, sat behind the camera. And on behalf of today's edition of the news program, my name is Hanson Dekara Presenter.